Let's see what Spirit has for us today. What is the situation of the day that Spirit wishes to speak to us about? What is the current situation? I've been thinking a little bit about doing relationship readings and moving in that direction a little bit, not going away from my current situation ones for the general, but to just kind of branch out a little bit into relationships and still be vibration based to see what you two are meeting, what vibration you're meeting at, and what lessons there are for you to go through together and what there is for you to manifest together. So let's see. For today, what is the current situation? I need 3 cards up top, please. What is the current situation that Spirit wishes to discuss and advise us on today? We have a Knight of Wands that wants to fly out. We have an Ace of Swords that wants to come out. This King of Wands is being told a secret here. And an Ace of Wands. Holy moly. A King of Wands, an Ace of Swords, an Ace of Wands. This is a lot about newness, new things, new ideas, and someone who is powerful enough to really, a King of Wands can take this Ace of Swords and this Ace of Wands and really make something of it. And there's something being told to this King of Wands. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's an energy of feeling very motivated. It's kind of a masculine energy. King is a masculine energy, so it's very powerful, very fiery, very motivated. This could be talking about a fire sign as well. Leo, Sagittarius. What's the other one? It'll come to me in a minute. Anyway, Ace of Swords, a lot of times that's my truth card, or a powerful idea or powerful communication based off of truth. Ace of Wands is, new beginning and some new idea being given to you. And these are the hands of God here. Like, this isn't just stuff coming to you. This is coming in through the power of the universe. Like, this is being handed to you to use for whatever you're creating. So let's get some clarification. Please clarify this King of Wands, who is ready to rule his kingdom, ready to get started. And this doesn't have to be, a 10 of Cups. My Lord. This doesn't have to be, if you're a female listening to this, this could also mean, you're conquering your masculine energy, meaning, that part of you who is able to forge through this physical plane, get its needs met, and be strong and powerful in the way you carry yourself and the way you do things. You have a 10 of Cups clarifying the King of Wands. Interesting. 10 of Cups is like ultimate happiness, contentment, family, joy, prosperity. I think that, this energy of the King of Wands is like, yeah, this is happening. Like, I'm feeling very motivated in this direction to create this happy life for myself. Feeling very, very motivated. And I also feel like the universe is on my side here with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Clarify the Ace of Swords, please. This is a very powerful vibration. A very clear vibration so far. Let's see here. Clarify the Ace of Swords. Alright, so it's clarified by the Six of Swords in the reverse. Six of Swords in the reverse can sometimes mean feeling stuck or not moving on from a situation, or kind of moving in the wrong direction, or just not moving forward in the way that you can. So here with the Ace of Swords, it feels like someone here is being that's being cut away. Like something's being, whatever's has you turned in the wrong direction or hung up on something, that there's some truth coming in, or there's some power coming in with the sword energy for successful action and successful decisions and moving forward in a powerful, knowledgeable way. So there's some knowledge, some information coming in that's going to, if you're feeling like you're just not moving, or you're not moving on, or you're kind of pointed in the wrong direction but you want to be going the other way, there's some powerful information coming in from the hands of the universe to help you. Clarification on the Ace of Wands, please. Please clarify this Ace of Wands. Can mean career, beginnings, travel. It's very, very powerful. And you have the Magician in the reverse. So, again, this is feeling like I'm trying really hard to use all my resources and manifest this thing, but it just hasn't been working. It's not been moving. I'm not seeing the results. And this Ace of Wands is coming in, saying, here's the boost that you need. Here is the fire energy that you need. Here is the new passion that you need. And yeah, kind of like reigniting your fire for whatever this is that you've been wanting to create in your world, or wanting to do, or wanting to move past and create something new. So far, very, very positive. Pretty high vibration to be where you are right now. There's just some things here with the Six of Swords and the Magician in the reverse that it's like moving towards those manifestations that you're working on. It feels stuck, but the universe is helping you. Like you're shifting enough out of that and not focusing on that to really take this door or this opportunity to use this new knowledge or use this new fire that you've been given, motivation, and take it and run with it. So if you change nothing about your vibration, what is the potential outcome? Show us path A for this person that has been this situation. All right, there's a Five of Cups. If you change nothing, you keep thinking and dwelling on what you're thinking and dwelling on. What all is this in path A? Show us path A, please. Give me two more cards. One flew out, but we're putting it back in because of how, there's a certain way in this. Well, okay, they all just want to do that. All right, give me two more cards on path A. If they change nothing about this King of Wands here, someone holding, ready to take control of their life. You have a Two of Wands. Potential outcome, potential outcome, potential outcome. For path A, if you change nothing about your vibe, meaning you keep, even if you have a negative focus, you keep that negative focus, what's the potential outcome? We don't want a negative focus. There's just not wanting to. They're being stubborn. A little bit of the stubborn energy here today. Path A, please. Path A. Let me find the card. Please show it to us. And then the Five of Wands in the reverse. So with path A, we got two fives. That's really sticking out to me. One's in the upright, one's in the reverse. So there's a lot of energy on path A. Even if you change nothing, this looks positive to me. But it appears that with your current mentality, you're still looking back at what you've lost. And this is probably what's keeping you in this Six of Swords reverse, not being able to move on. You're still focused a little bit too much on what was lost. Whatever this grief, whatever you're grieving, whatever you're in sorrow and loss about and having to leave behind, you may be physically and, in manifesting mode trying to do that, but mentally you're still entertaining it, and you're still dwelling on it, and you're still thinking about it, and you're still thinking about shoulda, woulda, couldas, and what could have been. And that's part of why you're in a Six of Swords in the reverse. So then with the Two of Wands, again, fire energy. You've got a lot of fire energy. You have Five of Wands too. Like, so much fire energy here. But the Two of Wands is saying, you're starting to plan for the future. So not all of your thought energy is going towards the past and what failed and what you've lost and that feeling of sorrow and grief. But there is part of you that is also thinking about, you're thinking about the future, and you're thinking about planning ahead, and you're thinking about longer term goals and setting expectations and charting a path forward. And you really want this Six of Swords to turn around and move in the right direction. You're wanting to move things along, and you're giving that thought energy, but it's not a consistent thought energy, and that's why you're stuck. So if you're wondering why you're stuck and not moving and why your manifestations are not happening, this attention that you're giving to the sorrow and loss and what failed and what didn't work and what you're leaving behind, continuous attention to that is blocking your manifestations and keeping you kind of stuck. So it's not that what you're doing here with this Two of Wands, thinking about the future and trying to figure out what you want and what that looks like and entertaining those thoughts. It's not that that's not working, but it can't work because you have a conflicting energy. So that's why you're stuck. Then this Five of Wands in the reverse. If you have in your work life had conflict and competition, or even in your love life, that's ending. Like, you need to, even if you change nothing, you don't change your vibration other than what you already have. If you've been listening to this channel for a while, I'm sure your vibration has shifted in a lot of ways. So this is really good. And as I said at the beginning of the reading, it looks like you have a positive vibration, but just a few things you need to know that are holding you back a little bit. So even holding the vibration you're holding in Path A, that's coming to an end. Whatever competition and arguments and conflicts and defending and debating and all that, that's coming. It's a sigh of relief after a struggle. It's just like, that's ending. And you need to practice that. Like, practice, maybe it's still a little bit in your physical world. Hasn't, completely shifted out yet. But anytime you think about that conflict, instead of tightening up and feeling resistance, and I want you to just have a sigh of relief and be like, oh my God, so glad that's over. Even if you're still seeing signs of it, from past vibrations, it's still there a little bit. It's okay. If it pops into your head and be like, oh my God, sigh of relief. Glad that's over. Now, if you stop, basically the only thing you need to shift out of, because you're doing a lot of things right here, is just to stop looking backwards and looking at that conflict and dwelling in it and what happened and what they said and what they did and how you felt and what you should have done and you lost this and this failed and that should have worked. And it's just like, stop dwelling in that at all. That does not need your thought energy anymore. It is only keeping you stuck and not moving forward in the right direction, because you have manifesting power on your side. Trust me, with Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands, like, you have tapped into a vibration high enough that you can now create. Okay? So this is the only thing vibrationally that I see holding you back at the moment. All right, let's look at Path B. They do away with this. So Path B can also show us other things that you need to get rid of too. So highest vibration, it can show us things you don't need to do anymore. Have an Ace of Cups in reverse. Highest vibration, a Wheel of Fortune. Look at you. Highest vibration. What is the potential outcome if they hold the highest vibration and start moving forward, stop looking backwards? They keep planning and thinking about what they want instead of what they don't want. What is the potential outcome? I'm loving the Wheel of Fortune. Karma complete. Cycles complete. Stepping into your destiny, and the Hanged Man is coming out in the reversed. So let's look at this. When you get an Ace of Cups in reverse, this is talking about you pouring love onto self, like pouring all that love inwardly, and it's also a sign that you're super connected to your subconscious mind. What is the subconscious mind? It's that thing that gets impressed. It's that emotional body that gets impressed with what you're wanting, which when you're really connected to that, that's why you're such a good manifester. So you've gotten that clear enough, that subconscious mind clear enough that you can impress upon it what you want instead of it just playing out programs and creating a reality based off of those programs. So the Ace of Cups in the reverse is saying, when you're holding this highest vibration, you're focused on your well-being. What that feels like to you. Wheel of Fortune. You are stepping into your destiny. Like you worked out all these subconscious programs, and you've paid your karmic debt with these things. You've played out these situations, whatever situation you've been in the past that you kind of still dwell on a little bit, that puts you in competition, puts you in defense mode, puts you in debate, puts you in fighting, and they just love to, like, that karmic debt is paid. Like, that's coming to an end. And then you have the Hangman in reverse. This standstill ends. The standstill that you have been feeling in your manifesting, because you just kept thinking to yourself, it's like, I've cleared so much. I really don't feel like I'm being negative, and I really feel like I'm, focusing on my inner world and making things feel good, and I'm doing all the things Angie says to do, and I've cleared so much, and yes, you have. Let me tell you, yes, you have. And the only thing, like, that stuck energy is going to move. Like, the waiting is over. You have self-sacrificed. You've done a lot to recreate yourself, basically, as what you've been doing. But it's just the Five of Cups. That's it. That's the only thing that I see stuck in your vibration right now. That would be keeping you in the waiting game from moving forward. And that's just looking back at whatever this Five of Wands in reverse was. Like, it's just looking back. You're doing great at manifesting whatever you're doing in your imagination or focusing on, that feels good. You're doing it, okay? And the universe the doors are open, and it's helping you, and it's your destiny, and you're stepping into it, and you're rebirthing and recreating yourself, and you got it, okay? You got it. It's just looking backwards. So please give us the last word of advice from Spirit here about wow, that came right again. This is the third reading I have done where this Knight of Swords comes out in this position of spiritual advice. Knight of Swords, charge ahead. Again, I've read this several different ways, but it usually comes down to not letting that ego voice take you into the past, not letting it talk about those things that you're not giving your focus and attention to any longer. Really mastering that ego. That Knight of Swords kind of reminds me of a big ego, because it's like a teenager on a horse carrying a sword, and it's just unpredictable and just irrational. You can't talk to them. They'll just use their words, and they'll hurt you and cut you with them, and they don't care, and they don't think about the consequences. That's a Knight of Swords, and that just represents an ego to me, because that's what our egos do too. It's like, it's all about getting what I want and what I think I need, and I'll abuse people verbally, whatever I have to do. So our egos do that to us on the inside of our head. So it's not letting that smack talker tear you down and point out the losses and point out what you're missing out on, or point out how much you miss that person that you used to fight with all the time, or point out, try to make you the victim. Like, it's conquering that thing. So what's the secret key? What's the secret key that you want to give them today? What vibration? Give me a vibrational card that they need to hold on to. A Knight of Wands in the reverse. Ooh. Knight of Wands. You got a King of Wands, Knight of Wands. Let me sit with this. Again, this Knight of Wands is talking about frustration, delays, like a buildup of it. It's like, let's go already. Like, I've done the stuff. Like, I've done the work. I'm ready to go now. I'm tired of not having any money, or I'm tired of not having love, or I'm tired of not, having a partner. Or I'm tired of, it's like, I've surrendered. I've relaxed into it. I've accepted what is. I've been through all the stages, and I've done all the work, and I've let go, and I stepped into creative mode, and I'm starting to feel a little, not impatient, but just kind of frustrated that we're still here, like in the spot that we're in and not moving, okay? So I think this key is to don't focus on the delay. Don't focus on, know that this is divine timing, that there was just, you had an anchor in the water, okay? And you've done all the right things. You've built the perfect boat. You've pointed it in the right direction. You're holding the right vibration, but you still have an anchor in the water. And that anchor in the water is some past experience that the voice in your head keeps bringing back up to you, and bringing all that pain back up for you to look at. So the sooner you dissolve the pain around that, I'm not talking about dwell on the situation, but if it's brought up into your mind, just say, is there still pain behind that? And if there is, don't resist it, don't fight with it, just sit with it. Okay, well, I'll sit with this pain until it's all dissolved. I'm not dwelling in this past experience. I'm not wishing to have it back. I'm not feeling like the victim of it. I'm not doing anything like that. But I know this past pain that I went through is an anchor in my water, okay? I know it's holding my boat down, because everything else is ready, set, go. Like, everything else is so ready, and I'm so ready, and I'm healed, and I'm standing in my highest vibration, and there's just this Five of Cups that sits here. And instead of healing this thing and dissolving the pain that's there, I get off into it, and I agree with it and react to it. That's it. That's your only thing. So when this Knight of Swords, this ego voice, brings up to you what happened, whatever it was that happened when you were in this competition, debate, defense, conflict, when you were in this conflict with whoever, I want you to just say, okay, there's the conflict. There's my anchor. Let's dissolve this anchor. All right. Is there pain still there when the Knight of Swords brings it up to me? Is there pain? Okay, I do feel it. It's like a little disturbance. It doesn't feel good in my body. So I'm not going to think about the situation. I'm not going to think about the players of the game. I'm not going to think he did this and I did this. I'm not going to think about all that, the details. I'm going to think about the core feeling or the stored pain there, and I'm just going to allow that to as I sit in it, and I don't dig up the details of the story. I just sit in the pain that's stored there as this anchor. I'm going to dissolve it, whatever that is. I'm going to dissolve it, and as you do, you're going to start moving forward. That anchor is going to get lighter and lighter and lighter until it just dissolves, and then that boat is going to be, I think you're going to see signs even before you get it fully dissolved. You're going to see signs that you're already moving forward because you're lightening your load, okay? So keep doing what you're doing. The only thing to change here is to dissolve this thing in the past that was a lot of conflict and caused a lot of like resistance in your life. Okay? That's it. Hope this helped, and I'll see you on the next one.